Hello,
Start.
everyone. I am Neha Diman from First Verdict Media, and you all are watching our interview series To the Point. Jubal Kotkhay, an affluent apple growing region, a constituency known for throwing surprises to its poll results. And yes, this time as well, the by-poll results from the Jubal Kotkhay constituency has surprised us. So to have a little bit of chit-chat about the by-elections of Jubal Kotkhay, today we have with us the independent candidate from Jubal Kotkhay, Chetan Bragta. Chetan ji, thank you so much for being here.
Pleasure, Nehaji. Thank you so much for hosting me today.
Chetanji, the way you've fought these elections has surprised everyone. The crowd that you were able to manage, the love, the support, the sympathy that you were getting, and but after all this, unfortunately, you've lost the elections, and a defeat is a defeat. So, actually, I want to know from you, and exactly everyone here wants to know that has the political journey of Chetan Bragta ended here, or it's just the beginning?
I think first of all, I would humbly accept that the people's verdict. We have been defeated. A better strategy from Congress. I should confess it honestly. They've been better than us. And see, it's just a start. It's not an end. This is my first electoral. What do you call it? The journey, and I was an active in politics since last 15 years. But the election. This was my first election. But I think. Whatever feedbacks I've been getting across Himachal and across people from India, that we have fought this election very well in terms of our booth management, in terms of our ground mobilization, in terms of our perception, in terms of media management, in terms of our social media. Everything has gone well. But yeah, last two days. We were outsmarted by Congress in the strategy. I would confess that. But yes, we have just started and the struggle is on. See, nothing comes easy in life. You have to strive hard, and I will keep doing that for the people of Jubbal or Kothai, and I will keep fighting for their interests.
I would love to know from you. Will we see you back in 2022?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, 2021 was the when the Bible election was going on, and then, you also know that. In fact, everybody knows that this is open secret that I was quite reluctant to contest these elections. But circumstances happened, and first of all, you should know why I contested this election. Yes, there was a
Yes.
mass hysteria. There was outburst of emotions when the ticket was, then ticket was denied for me. But then after that outburst of hysteria, outburst of emotion and hysteria, uh, what I saw in people was that if I would have not contested, the cadre which was built in last 30-35 years would have been, the dot would gone. Half of it would have been gone to Congress, and there would have been a left candidate here, communist candidate, and half of it would have gone to the cadre would have gone to the
That
Communist Party of
candidate.
India. So yeah, yeah. So the fight was to 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 consolidate our position, number one, and not to allow our cadre to have any slippage. And the incumbent of the Bharatiya Janata Party, that's my take that they were not enough. So I had to contest just to safeguard our cadre. So that was the main thing. And 2022, see, I in 2021 I was the candidate of the people. 2022 when the election will come, I will go to the people and ask them if I want to contest, if they allow me to contest, and if they allow me to contest, I will again take the blessing.
Okay. So earlier, if I talk about it, earlier it was believed that you will be the final candidate from the BJP, and then the circumstances changed, and Neelam Surak was in, and you were just out of the saffron fold. So I wanted to know from you that how it all went and what you felt at that time when you were just out, and they suddenly, even your father was. Confident to BJP since such a long time, and then you were just out of the saffron fold. I wanted to know from you that how it felt, how it all went.
See, it was a very hard decision for me to take. Obviously, I had given 15 years. My father had given almost 40 years to the organization. Put together 55 years. So it was very very difficult for me. I must say that I think it was one of the most toughest. call to take, and it was the most till all my life, and I would pray to the God that such circumstances does not occur. But then I had to because I had to safeguard the cadre. Yes, having said that, now the things have changed rapidly. We have started moving to the people again. We have started talking to the booth karyakartas. We are trying to understand what went wrong and how do we take the corrective measures. And starting from today, the first leg was that I had started. I had a meeting with Kothai zone, and now I'm taking feedback that what went wrong, and how do we correct it. So it was coming back to your original question. It was a tough fight. It was a tough call for me, but then eventually I had to take it for a larger interest. I had to sacrifice this 1 year of mine. Yeah.
As you have been discussing all the strategies or all the things that have went wrong with the public of Kothai, I wanted to know from you, what personally do you think were the key reasons for your defeat? What were those weak points? What do you think?
See, you need to understand we were fighting against two national parties and two biggest parties. One of the oldest party, Congress, and one of the biggest party in the world, Bharatiya Janata Party. So they had those experience. They had their able minds with them. They had all the resources. What are required for the elections. I didn't have any. We were the blessing of people, and they were pitching in with all the resources. So resources was a challenge, number one. Number two, the experience was also a challenge. The booth management, I think, in some areas didn't go well as I had expected. And thirdly, which I think that's my main reason why we lost this election was after the rally on 27th. I think a lot of us, our karyakartas, became overconfident, and they kind of they became a little complacent, and this is what the key reason why we lost this election. And strategically, BJP, the incumbent BJP candidate, moved all their votes to Congress. This has also happened. There were a lot of vote transfers. The only aim was to stop Chetan Bragta, and obviously the benefit went directly to the Congress.
So you're just accepting that BJP and Congress both worked together to defeat Chetan Bragta.
Yeah. I've been telling this on records. Team A and Team B, and they were all out to they were just pitching all the resources that I should not become a winner.
Okay.
They stopped me.
So if it is true, then the situation that BJP has went through in these by-elections, the defeat was so bad. What do you want to say about that? Because such a big party would not take such a risk कि यहाँ पर जो है आपकी insecurity भी नहीं बच पाए. So what do you think about that?
See, if you understand, and this is what I have been hearing from your colleagues in the press, that in Himachal, till date in the history, nobody has polled 42% as independent. And
Yes,
you also know, because you were following this very closely.
Yes.
We had only, about 13th, I started the campaign properly, and 13th to 30th, I had only 17 days, and 17 days we made this history. Having said that, BJP didn't even save the deposit, and I think if you talk as a whole, generally as a whole strategy, I think the ticket distribution all across. I'm talking about all the 4 seats. I think the tickets were not distributed properly, and the merit was totally ignored.
You've been so closely in BJP. You've given a complete 15 years of your life to this party. I wanted to know from you that BJP says that they conduct several surveys and several discussions goes on before distributing the tickets. So I want to know from you that what are those surveys and where are those surveys now? Because if you see every constituency, the BJP's performance is too bad. So I wanted to know that where are those surveys concerned about, and where are those surveys exactly?
So I've been part and parcel of all these surveys in the yesteryears, and I know Bharatiya Janata Party strictly adheres and follows these protocols. how the ticket is given to a candidate. And obviously it's happened. Surveys happen, and not once, thrice the surveys happens. And I'm very confident that survey did happen for Jubbal, Kotai, and other three constituencies also. And I'm pretty sure about it, knowing how BJP works, that my name was on the top list. I would be had been number one, and the other second or third person would have been distant away from me. But I do not still I fail to understand why the merit was ignored, just because of Parivarvad. But then you would also appreciate and understand this point that if Parivarvad was an issue, my case was pretty different from that. They could have dealt it very differently, because I had given 15 years. When I was working, then there was no Parivarvad. When I was working for the organization, when I was running pillar two post, when I was doing pravas all across India, all across Himachal Pradesh, then the Parivarvad was not there. But suddenly, when the ticket was given, my ticket was, I was rejected because of Parivarvad. So there was a confusion, and I still believe my case could have been dealt differently, and the ticket should have been given to me on merit. And this is the what do you call it? I would regret this all my life.
Whom do you think has infiltrated the survey for Jubbal Kotai? Who has influenced the ticket distribution here?
Survey. I still believe in survey. I would have been in number one. And if you talk to Bharatiya Janata Party, I think they would also confirm the same. But there was a conspiracy. I've been talking this since 8th of October, since I filed my nomination. There was a conspiracy.
Who conspired? I want to know from you. Who do you think has conspired this all?
Some big leaders, some person who were not who never wanted me they never wanted me to see as an MLA, and probably they had some grudges against my late father, and probably they carried this. But I will divulge these details a little later. I'm kind of gathering some facts, and then surely I will share this in public domain.
Okay. So if BJP somehow asks you to rejoin for 2022, would you be interested, or there's still some grievances left?
See, end of the day, BJP, Bharatiya Janata Party also need to understand that 2022 is a number game. Yes. Somehow we need to any of the parties, the INC or the Congress or whatever party, needs to cross that magic figure of 36. And the best bet in the apple growing area of Jubbal Kotai, and I believe we have shown that mettle, is Chetan Bragta, and because I was a public candidate, and obviously if they want to win this seat, then probably I'm the best bet. If they might have a different view to this, but I still believe, and it is up to them. Why not? If given a chance, I would love to do that.
During the whole election campaign, there was some kind of conflict. That was completely seen between Chetan Bragta and the BJP leaders. There were some words that were used for you in front of the media. What would you like to say about that?
I never, I will, never, I did, in future also. That's my pledge. I will never cross that Lakshman Rekha. There were some unfortunate words that were exchanged, and I think people should have refrained using those words. But I think bygones are bygones, so we need to look forward from here. And I'm a very positive. I have a very positive intention, and a very positive by my nature. And bygones are bygones, and now I think let's see what's in store in next 2-3 months for us.
There was a very little time for you to contest these elections, and the things that exactly gone wrong at a very less time. I want to know from you that what would you say to that public who supported you and who just went with you, the people who were from BJP who just shifted towards Chetan Bragta and called themselves Seb Wale. I want to know from you, what would you like to say to them?
I would always be obliged, and I'm honored that people gave me such a huge blessing. I seek their blessing, and they supported to me till the end, and still they are doing that. and the energy for any politician or for in fact any individual would be the public support he garners, and we have shown that in our vote percentage and in our absolute vote. My only message would be that Chetan Bragta would be there anytime, anywhere for them, and we would struggle for their rights, and whatever, if there's any injustice which is which we would see as an injustice to this area, so obviously we will raise those issues with the government and whatever at whatever forums, and we will stand by them. मैं हर जगह ये बोलता हूँ कि चेतन ब्राक्टा की वजह से जुब्बल नावर कोट खाएगा, कभी भी सिर नहीं झुकेगा, और संघर्ष हमारा हमेशा जारी रहेगा. The struggle will continue for them.
Now I want you to conclude this interview. How do you see these by-elections throughout the whole?
See, we have outsmarted Congress in many areas, and I have learned a lot of things from here. And see, individually, there are a lot of validation which has happened to me. I've been talking to people, and I have seen a lot of mistakes which has committed by me individually, by some of the people who are on the ground, and in 2022 we will ensure that we do not make those mistakes, and I see a very bright future. I would strive hard for the rights of the people, and the key would obviously is gonna be horticulture, the apples, and the fight will continue. And I would just go to the people, and probably next fortnight I'm starting my Thanksgiving from Kotkai area, and I will go to village and thank people that they have supported me, an independent candidate, and in 13 days we could garner about 24,000 votes approximately, and 42% votes. So I would just go out to them and thank them, and and I'll tell them that I'll be around, and they can count on me anytime.
Okay, so best of luck for your future, and thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Neha. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much.